If you're going away in the next few months or you've been away, let me tell you, you do not need a holiday training survival guide. You just need some simple, basic rules. And in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to talk to you about. I'm away with my family in Florida, and I want to show you exactly what I'm doing behind the scenes when it comes to training, when it comes to nutrition, to make sure that I'm still getting everything in and following some basic principles. No fancy gyms, no tracking apps, no stress, just a real simple strategy that's actually going to help some of you that are watching this, and you can carry it forward when you go away with your family, whether it be in the coming weeks or if it's coming up in this summer. The stuff I'm going to talk to you about today is going to allow you to maintain that momentum. That's the key, without ruining your trip or undoing all of this hard work that you've been putting in behind the scenes, because this is where loads of people go wrong. I'm going to cover a really basic, simple 30 to 40 minute full body routine and the principles that I use with it. I'm going to give you 3 simple nutritional rules that I try and follow everywhere I go. I'll explain to you why momentum matters more than anything else when it comes to your program. And finally, how you can train with purpose, even when you're away with the family enjoying some downtime. It isn't perfect, in fact, far from it, but it is very practical. And if you're going away, you're going to want to listen to this because it's going to give you all of the tools that you might need. Team, let's talk about training, because typically when I go away, I generally follow 3-day-a-week routine, a full body emphasis program, and inside that full body program, I typically break up my supersets as agonist and antagonist supersets. For example, I'll do something like a goblet squat followed by a pull-up. I might do something like a dumbbell bench press followed by a bent over row. A really simple approach that you can take, and I want to share a really easy 3-day-a-week framework that I'm using right now. I've got these sessions written down and it's really easy for me to follow. I'm not tracking anything. I'm not trying to get personal bests. I'm not trying to break any remarkable numbers. I'm just trying to get in, keep momentum, and just move my body. That is it. The first session I'm doing is generally a push-pull focus. I'm following a simple A1 and an A2 superset. Exercise 1, I'm using dumbbell bench press, and I'm supersetting that with a seated cable row. I've got dumbbells, I've got a bench, and I've got a cable machine available to me. The second block I'm doing here is I'm normally doing a dual dumbbell goblet squat, and I'm supersetting this with a cable pull through or a dumbbell RDL, depending on what's available. I'll then hit some rotational work in my C series with a cable high to low wood chop, and I'll follow that up with some bodyweight planks or even side planks. Super simple, super effective, super easy. Session 1 done. Session 2 is an upper lower split, another really simple session. I'm starting off with a dumbbell Z press, and I'm supersetting that with a cable lat pull down. In my B series, I'm doing a dumbbell reverse lunge with a knee lift, and I'm supersetting that with a single leg dumbbell RDL. And then I'm finishing up with block C, which is some simple kettlebell or dumbbell farmer's carries with a little bit of added Parloff press and rotational throws just for good measure. And then my third session is a little bit of athletic power and a little bit of athletic work. My block A is a dynamic superset. I'm hitting dumbbell push press followed by some half knee length cable rope face pulls. My B series is some dumbbell cyclist squats with an elevated heel, supersetted with some hamstring bridge work on a bench using an incline. I'm then doing some rotational presses in my C series, and I'm supersetting that with some dumbbell Russian swings and some dumbbell transfers. Now, that might seem so simple, but it's allowing me to maintain momentum as I'm going through my training program. And that's the key for many of you that might be watching this right now. No ego lifting, just keeping the nervous system ticking over. And I'm not gonna lose strength over the next couple of weeks. That's the main thing to remember. But I will lose momentum if I don't keep doing the things that I've been doing at home. Now let's talk nutrition, because I think this is where lots of people go wrong. And I'm trying to stick to 3 really basic rules, and I use this every time I go away. First and foremost, I'm not tracking what I'm eating because, quite frankly, I'm finding it difficult to do that. But I'm also not overly stressing about the foods that I'm consuming. I'm enjoying the time out here with my family. I'm enjoying the foods that we don't always get in the UK. So the first rule that I'm trying to follow is I'm trying to hit protein with every single meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether it's eggs for breakfast in the morning, I've had a chicken Caesar salad at lunch. We're going out for a steak dinner later on tonight. I'm just trying to get as much protein as I can because I know that's going to keep me satiated. Included with that first rule, I'm trying to snack on fruit in between those meals. We went and bought loads of fruit and we made a simple fruit salad that we can snack on during the day. And yes, I've got the luxury of staying at my mother-in-law's house and we've got access to a fridge, but you can do this as well. The second rule I'm following is I'm trying to drink as much fluid as possible. The good thing is Yeti isn't as expensive in the US as it is in the UK. So we've got one of these mugs and I'm filling it with 2 bottles of water about 4 times a day. Drinking water before I drink soda, drinking water before I have any coffee, and even carrying 1 or 2 bottles around with me everywhere I go. And finally, rule number 3, I'm not eating like an absolute twat. I'm trying to stick to some sort of basic rule. It doesn't mean that I can't enjoy the foods that are over here whilst I'm away on holiday, but it does mean that I'm just being a bit conscientious about what's going in the system. I'm here to enjoy that time with my family, not go full send on all of the foods and culinary delights that are available to me, and randomly undo months of hard work just for the sake of me filling my face full of God only knows what, and then ending up feeling bloated or feeling like shit in the process. And that doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying foods. It just means that that's the standard that I'm trying to hold myself to. Let me put it to you this way. Perfect doesn't exist. It never has. But purpose and intention absolutely does. Much like this YouTube video. Still showing up and piecing together the stuff that needs to be done. Not obsessing over every little detail. Training where I can. Eating the best that I can. And trying to do the best with what I've got, which is 3 full body sessions, following those 3 simple nutritional rules that I like to use, drinking lots of fluid and getting out and walking as much as I can. And above all else, trying to act like an adult whilst I'm away on holiday, because it's not about being rigid. It's just about putting together a little bit of intentional effort, even when you're on holiday and you all know that life is a bit chaotic to say the least. So if this helped you and gave you a couple of ideas, drop a comment below, like it, subscribe to the channel, and DM me if you want a really simple plan that you can use when you go away. Because you don't need a holiday survival guide. You just need some basic framing and basic rules to follow that are gonna help you towards your health and fitness journey. And if you want a bit more information, drop me a DM and ask about the Catalyst Project. That's exactly what we do. We shape things around the person that's on the other end. Real people, real life experiences, real things that are going on, and the program needs to fit what it is that they're doing, even when they do go away. Till then, I'll see you in the next video, team.